Texas needed a win to keep its NCAA tournament hopes alive. Got that 79-72 victory over Vanderbilt in the first round of the SEC tournament. Doesn't put the Longhorns in, but keeps them in the mix. They'll face Texas A&M on Thursday. There'll be a preview for that game on the channel, done by us. So make sure you go check that out. The Longhorns dominated this game. I don't think the final score is indicative of how much the Longhorns dominated this game. They led by as many as 18 points in this game, and it was a healthy double-digit margin for a lot of the second half. But Vanderbilt closed the way Vanderbilt closes, got things tight, and they just couldn't get over the hump at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I think we kind of described it perfectly in the preview. Texas just has more dudes that can put the ball in the basket.
Yeah.
Vanderbilt, I don't think it was an effort thing. I thought Vanderbilt played fine. I thought they played close to their ceiling. I think the reality of Texas is that their ceiling's higher than maybe the results they've gotten so far this season. And they have straight up, they got some dudes on this team. I mean, Kaluma wasn't anything crazy, but he had 11. And then four dudes in double digits. Kaluma had
Yeah.
11. Trey had 19, a quiet 19 too. I guess when you average 20, 19 is kind of quiet for you. But
19 on 6 and 19 shooting too is
well, I love that. I love that. I mean, why stop shooting? Like, what are we afraid of?
there are no better options.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I mean, I just talked about like all the dudes on Texas. I'm not passing to Kate and Shedrick either. Just so we're all aware. Like I'm launching a bunch of shots myself. But I mean, you got Jordan Pope gave you 14 on 7 shots, and then you get Tremont Marcus you 19 on 8 shots. It allows Trey to do a little bit of whatever he wants to do.
When Tremont Mark is this, when he's the guy who's aggressive, who's a little bit more alpha, not taking over Trey Johnson, but asserting himself, that's the best version of this Texas team. I don't think we've
Yeah.
seen enough of that, but saw it in this game. And to me, that's the biggest thing. Where if I'm a Texas fan, the biggest thing from this game that I can hold on to and say, okay, maybe we have something here that can lead to a long run. That's the one thing I'm looking at. Do you see anything like that as well?
Yeah, multiple scores. I think that's what you need in March is you need multiple guards specifically.
Yep.
Kaluma is not necessarily a guard, but the way he scores has some guard aspect to it, if that makes sense. Like he has a little wiggle off the bounce, got a nice midi. It's not all like back to the basket. Like you need to have some individual dudes that can go get you a bucket. Texas has four of them.
Mhm.
Are they going to do that? I have no idea. I think they've shown that they probably won't. But like they did today, and if they continue to do so, because Trey's not going to shoot 6 of 19 very often.
Mhm.
This game is a blowout if Trey's on a little bit.
Yeah.
So I mean, I think it's one of those situations where like they have plenty of guys that can go get them games in March,
Yeah.
and they showed that against Vanderbilt. But are they going to step up the way they stepped up in this game? I personally don't believe so. But this is why a lot of chatter in group chats you and I are in about like let's leave Texas out because like UC San Diego has to get in. Today is why you don't leave Texas out. By the way, it's just why you don't leave Texas out. Maybe it's not a mid major, and we can't look at them as a crazy Cinderella. But this Texas team can make a run in the same fashion that a Cinderella can make a run.